Yeah. Do I take a photo or just hold it and then there'll be a little button?
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I thought I would actually put my face on camera this time because this is a video that I know some of you have just kind of long awaited for me finally talking about my experience for the Simon Says Create. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll first, like I said, show my face because this is one of those rare times. But I thought for this, I would kind of go ahead and just kind of sit in the camera and talk a little bit before I, of course, switch back to my, my normal how I do and stuff. But then that part of the video, I'll be showing you what we got in, what we received and then kind of what we're making takes. So anyway, the long awaited Simon Says thing. I know some of my friends know that I went. Some of you might not have known I went. And so I have to admit, my experience, I will say, I'm going to give my most honest opinion. I went into this a little skeptical, and I'll tell you why. At the beginning of this, gung-ho, excited. One of my family members was supposed to go. She couldn't make it. So that's okay. We didn't think that it was just going to sell out as quickly as it did. And oh my goodness. And so bought the ticket back up in sometime in February. What I was thinking is they were going to go ahead because, we all have gotten used to our, when we're in these virtual events, even if they're live events, where they may create a Facebook group or, you may get other emails. Well, in this case, not. It was kind of more old school. So we got, after you registered, you got the confirmation that, yay, you're in. Okay, then it went quiet for a little while. Then I kind of was getting nervous. This is getting close to the time for check-in, figure out what's going on and all of this. I'd already booked my hotel reservation as far as getting a rental car, going back and forth to the airport, and finally did that. And so in doing that, I was just kind of anticipating went on an email. So finally, let me see, I think I bought the ticket. It was in February. March, I want to say, is when I sent an email in to them saying, hey, what's going on? Haven't heard anything, are we going to get anything from Simon Says? And of course they came back right away saying, no, they're kind of putting the final touches on the email. Just kind of check your emails. Diligently for 2 weeks after that, I have to admit, I was checking my email because I just wanted to be sure I didn't miss anything. First and foremost, what do I take? They did kind of say bring your favorite tools, but that's kind of it. Okay, do we need to bring a cutting machine? What? So that kind of wasn't really told. So being as a crafter as I am, I just packed for anything. I did take one of my die cutting machines with me. I took my Platinum 6, my Lilac one. I took, of course, my little glue press from My Sweet Petunia, and, verse little tools to thing. I didn't take a whole bunch, just enough, but I ended up taking a smaller suitcase with this stuff in it, and, of course, to give me room in case I bought something. So finally we got the email, and it did come out. It just gave a final listing of stuff and what to expect, and this and that. So when I went, and got there. Now, I was very fortunate because I have family in Columbus, Ohio. So I got a chance to spend time with a cousin that he unfortunately is in remission from cancer. So it's not unfortunate. It's a very good thing, trust me. And so very blessed. So it was nice spending time with him. So it was going to be good overall, no matter what. So that was the first few days. So getting to the event Thursday, you could go, and then which is what was the day for those of us who bought the whole VIP experience. We got a chance to check in and things like that. So after you checked in, then you went to go ahead and you had like 2 hours to go shop and do some make and take things. All fun. They also had created, which I'm going to try to put on the screen here, a very cool app that in the app it listed, how the schedule was going to go and, things like that. So that was really cool, but you didn't find out about that until you actually got there to say, hey, we created this cool app. It would have been nice to kind of have the app ahead of time, but I guess this was their first time doing it. So go ahead, sit down. Of course, the shopping, wow. Because first of all, you get to go do some shopping, and here's all these companies that don't normally go out to do anything. So I know probably once a time ago, they probably did do trade shows, but just to see it, I mean, it was overwhelming. That was the first thing. So of course, me being me, went on and did shopping. I think I did sit down that first night and I did a make and take, which it happens to be, I made, and my apologies, I just had it, I can't find it. I'll try to find it. If I do, I'll put it when I switch to the top down mode and show you everything. But anyway, made, a make and take that night. Okay, so that was Thursday night. Get back, rest. So get back to the next day because I knew I was in group A, so I knew my class was going to be in the morning. And of course, as they said, it's going to be opening up to the public. So here's how, I'll get back more to that, but here's how it went. If you did the VIP thing, of course, you got to do the early pre-registration, everything. You got you were going to get, some goodies from the thing and, things like that, as well as supposedly lunch was provided and everything for you as well, too. So that was group A. The next option you had was if you wanted to shop, you could. You could either go Friday or Saturday, and I believe the cost was $50 to $60. Don't quote me on that. Or you could go ahead and do both days. It was up to your choice, and they gave you kind of a little bit of a discount. Well, also on top of that, they gave everybody 20% off. So regardless of what day you went or if you were a VIP, it didn't matter. You got 20% off the whole weekend to do your shopping and everything. So, of course, me being a crafter, who isn't going to take advantage of that? So that was my, experience with that. Now, going back to Friday. Friday, got there early, 8 o'clock. My class didn't start till 9 o'clock there. So, of course, you get there, you get an hour's time to do some shopping. You can actually sit down, do some make and takes before, you go into your first class session. So, of course, I did that, I did sit down, I didn't make and take that. Oh, no, I did. I went over and talked to friends at Spellbinders, which I got to talk to Kim. Also, Shannon was there from Hero Arts. Let's see, who else was there? Nicole was also there. And so just let them know, because I'm going to be seeing Kim at some other upcoming events. As I have mentioned before, I'm going to be going to the Spellbinders with Fun in August. So I wanted to let her know, hey, I'm not stalking you or anything. Here's what it is. So anyway, long story short, got over, enjoyed, meeting, talking with them and all that. So after that, the first class session. So in that first class session, what we did was we went on and made a really cool Tim Holtz project. And so it was something, I was outside of my norm and, things like that. So that was really cool. Then after that, you went on and you switched. So that was Class A. Class B was over doing their session. And then I think they were going to go either same time, they were going in later in the afternoon. But anyway, and so the next day, then we switched. My class was in the afternoon, but then I could still get there early and still do some of the make and takes and everything else like that. So that's kind of how the basis of the event went, and so forth. But it was really fun. It was really cool, and things like that. So I did keep the schedule here just so that I would know. So yeah. So schedule A was Thursday. You went from 5 to 6. Again, it was a student registration from 6 to 8. It was the in-store shopping. Friday, 7:45, all the way till basically 6 o'clock at night, because that's how long the shopping stayed open for Friday and Saturday. So just some really cool things there. So what I will do is now I'll go ahead and I'll switch to the top down mode so you can kind of get an idea of some of the kit and some of the cool goodies you get and everything. And then I'll give you my final thought as to, was it really worth it or was it not? So this is day 2 of Create.
Yeah. Maybe link that to it's like a debit version for what you're looking for.
And walking into shopping areas for the companies that are here.
Yeah, put that in email service and see what they say. No price on it.
Okay, so as you can see, I've switched to my top-down mode so you can get a better view. My island is covered. When I say I went nuts. But anyway, on the shopping. But that, hey, we all know when you're doing this kind of hobby as we have, you're actually doing a series of 3: the shopping, the actual making, as well as the organization. And they all go hand in hand. So let's say we all know we have stuff in our craft on the lab 6 lifetimes over and then some. So, hey, please don't judge me. Be easy on me. I tried, but it was just too good. Anyway, if you followed me on Instagram, you know that I pictured the first image, and then I pictured the next image of some of the things that I made when I was at Create. So when I said on Friday when I was in my class session, we made this. So this was really fun, really cute, and really something that was out of my norm. Now, of course, I've seen this stuff for a long time from Tim Holtz. Never could really figure out what I wanted to do. I'd buy a piece here, buy there. I mean, like if I wanted to use the window for something in the car, it's simple. But never nothing like this. I have to admit, this was really fun and something out of the norm. It took us 3 hours to complete this. And as you can see why, because we had to glue the paper in and then like this. And our teacher was Paula Cheney. So excellent. I really hope I get a chance to take another event that she teaches down in Southern California that some of us are keeping an eye out for, which is the Ready, Set, Create, which I've heard that one is really hard to get into, just like how this one was, but it's on the bucket list. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm on the waiting list here. But anyway, back to this. So this was fun. So, you know, this was, of course, made of glass. So I was a little bit leery if I was going to put it in my suitcase and pack it or, you know, try to get it back home safe. It made it back in one piece. I have to say I went because luckily Walmart was not too far, literally down the street. So I knew I'd be shopping. So I went on and bought me a nice little small box to just mail stuff back home. So that way I wouldn't have to deal with it going back through flying and everything. And it was not that expensive to mail the stuff back home. So it was just easier for me to do it that way. To each his own. If you can get it in your suitcase and then it's not going to weigh you down, hey, do that as well too. But anyway, so this was the first project that I did. So this was on Friday. So there's that. So, and then of course we got a chance to take anything that was left over in the class kit, as well as we got a chance to take home the rest of the new papers that he had come out with that had just released as well. Tim Holtz, as you see, and just really nice collection. I mean, I have to admit, I like these papers. So I know I'll be using this pack for some other stuff. So yeah, just wow, really, really cool. So there's that. So that was class. That was the first session we had on Friday. And again, remember, we went on, and then the rest of the day you could do make and takes, you know, whatever, leave, go back to your room, whatever. Stuff like that. So on Saturday, which was the last day, I went, group A went later on in the afternoon. So in that session, this is where you got these goodies, and it was a bunch of goodies. So first of all, let's start with the cool bag that you get. So this is how the tote bag looks, and as you see, it's got, you know, some nice pockets and things. And then of course, you know, here's my tag that I had, my note or badge I had to wear every day while I was walking around it, just to show that I was in part of the VIP. But anyway, and then when you open it, it's a really nice bag. Like I said, look at the strap on it, you know. So yeah, this is going to be a good bag to use for going to some craft events, you know. I mean, it's got all kind of nice, you know, pockets in it and everything. So this is good because this will hang like off of your, you know, pulling tote bags and everything like that. So this is going to be a really nice bag. And also, so there's the bag. Inside the bag is where all the magic was, of course. They gave us this really nice chamois, or, you know, cloth to clean off your stamps and things. Then we got like this little cute guy here, the Positively Everything tool. Got that. We got this really cool tea ruler, you know, to use and stuff. Didn't use it in class, but it was one of the things that they did give us. And then they also gave us this really cool scoring board. Of course, I had already had my little scoring board with me, but hey, who's going to turn down something as nice as this? These things are really cool to have. So, got a really nice scoreboard. Then they gave us this nice box that's sitting on the table, along with the glue that we used. Of course, again, I have my glue press with me, so that was cool. So when you open the box up, and if you're familiar with this box, it looks like the boxes when they send the kit. It was all this cool stuff. What I don't have here is the little ink cubes that we got, and they are, apologies, because again, I had to break up the kit in order not to figure out what I was going to send home and what I was going to keep with me. So I'll have to find the little ink cubes, but we got like 6 ink cubes that were just all different colors and things. Then you see we got these really cute stencils we used on a pretty card. Then we got some really cool, you know, foam tape, some you know, foam, more foam tape and squares. We got Versify ink to use. Then of course they gave us these really cool brushes, you know, of all different sizes to use. Really nice brushes. And then we ended up getting, like, you know, some good little just like gems to use for shaker bits, or if you wanted to just put on the card to use for accent. All different colors. So we ended up getting like a pretty teal. This one is like a green, like an emerald green. And this one is, of course, a pretty pink. So there's that one. And then we got like this cool pouncer tool to use. So this was just some scraps I had left over. We got this really cool stencil here, which this goes along actually with one of the stamp sets. So we got this stamp set here. We didn't get any of the dies because they're saying that the coordinating dies will be out later. So we'll get a chance to go ahead and order those if we want the dies to be able to use and stuff. So these two go together, and these are called, this one is, Watercolor Bouquet. And there's the number if you want it, 2389 SSC. So there's that, but as you see, it just makes these lovely flower arrangements. So there's that. And again, and the stencil is called Butterfly Blooms, and the SKU number is 1084 STC. And they're 6x6 stencils. So there's that. So those two go together. Then there's this lovely nice stamp set we got in here too that we got a chance to play with. That makes, again, more beautiful flowers, butterflies. It says happy birthday. Thank you for everything. Missing you. I love you. Thinking of you. And it's got with sympathy. So this one's a really nice one that just kind of covers all, you know, the occasions that we need to do stuff for. That was really pretty. Some more foam tape on here, you know, to use with. So we got all kind of various sizes in there. Then we got this lovely sentiment, which I guess is never too early for Christmas, but I'll show you the card that we ended up making with this. But it's, I mean, here's some, you know, cute sentiments for Christmas and everything. Hey, who isn't ready to kind of get ahead early start, especially with the coffee shop? I'm already kind of thinking Christmas now. I know, shouldn't be thinking Christmas because it's too early, and almost I'm talking about it. Anyway, so there's that. Then we got this stamp and stencil mat. We got a really cool pickup tool in here and stuff. So there was that, the class tools. So really fun. Got a chance to sit with Heidi and then with some other teachers, and I apologize, I don't remember their names right offhand, but just really fun. Really cool. It was nice. It was fast paced, but it wasn't fast, but then it wasn't fast. I was able to kind of keep up with it. So let me go ahead. I'm going to pull them out here and show the makes that I did in the class, which is these. So apologies for the rattling of this. So in the class, this was the first card that we made, and with that lovely stamp set. So as you see, merry and bright, and then they had pre-cut a Christmas tree. So we just put it together. You know, we could shade it, add our own little personal touch. No sentiments inside yet, but that's basically how the little card went. So just really cute, simple. Then the next card we made was this one, which it says, hello friend. And mine looks a little slightly different. I'm okay with sometimes going rebel and being rogue, but this was a really cool, pretty flower set. I definitely want the die to this. I did order the embossing folder to that, but this was just a really pretty flower. So I'm definitely waiting on the die set for that, because I really want it. It's a really nice flower. Oh yeah, I love how that turned out. Then we got to play with this one. No. These were next after Heidi and then this one. But we made these two fun cards. Isn't that pretty with that arch set? I don't think I showed you the arch set. Sorry, there was an arch stencil set that we got a chance to play with too. And the sentiments were already cut out. So we got a chance to you could kind of do a little bit of how you wanted to. And they encourage you going rogue. Just so you know, you could come up, put your own personal touch on it. So there's those cute little cards there. So there's those. And then there's that one. And then last but not least, we made this one. So this was really fun to do. So you could just there was no wrong way to do this. You just kind of stenciled and did your own. And it was kind of nice and it was relaxing. And how she taught it, it was really fun. And then of course the sentiment was already cut out. And then you could just put, you know, your own embellishments on it and everything. But that's how that pretty card came to be about. That was class 2. So I will, let me go ahead. I'm not going to show all the shopping I did. I'm just going to give you a little hint of how nuts I went. And you'll see in a minute why I had to mail some of this back. I will show also some more of my make and takes that I did. And, you know, who I got a chance to sit down with and everything. But there's one bag of shopping. Here's 2 bags of shopping. Not to mention, since 20% was going on, and we all know, I love Altenew, but I have to admit, Altenew is one of those ones that's kind of pricey. So when you see the stuff on sale or have an chance to get stuff on sale, take it. So that's what I did. I have been wanting to play with their foam tape. They've had some good deals on, especially I think they had one when Jennifer McGuire was on, but I didn't get a chance at that time to get it. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a chance on it and just get it. So I got it in all different kind of sizes, you can see. I wanted it in black. Definitely for some stuff, you know, coming up that I need to do. And then as well as this. So I will review it and give you my thoughts on it. So there's that. Oh, not to mention, I bought some more of my Ultimate inks. And then, yeah. Here's another bag. So, yeah. This is what I had to mail back home. And I'm just like, I'm not going to fit this in my suitcase. I'm just going to put it in a little thing. Oh, And we also got this really cool little bag here from when we were in class and everything. So I went through and decided to get stuff that I knew I did not have and just kind of take advantage of that. Kathy Zilski's, I mean, of course, Simon Says event, they're going to have a lot of Simon Says things on there. So I went through and got some of Quirky Sentiments, especially since I make cards for the coffee shop and everything. I wanted to get like just some really cool, you know, dies. So here's one I got. That this one is a rustic spring, you know, set that I picked up. Apologies, it is warm here in California today. We've got some weird weather going on right now. Like now we had a bigger wind gust today. The winds have stopped. Tomorrow it's supposed to be like 45 degree winds and high and above miles per hour. It's like, wow. Okay, but, and as you know, allergies are off the hook right now. Anyway, so this one is Rustic Sprig. Here's another one I thought was really cute, the Tropical Leaf. Here's another one that I got. Leaves. I know, because that was one thing I know. Yes, I've got leaves from, like, you know, when I get die sets and collections, but I do have some other flowers that I don't have leaves with. So I wanted to pick up some extra leaves and things, you know, to use for various flowers and stuff. And then here's this one. This one is called, what is this? Fanfare Leaf and Background. So I think that's cute. I can mix the skeleton, and then there's like the solid to go. Then next, I picked up, and I have some more from Simon Says. These are not going to go in any kind of order or anything. And I apologize. I just got an affiliate link with Simon Says. So that was the other really cool thing about going to this. Not only did I have for a personal reason go, for a business reason to go to meet other influencers, you know, to talk with them, to see just, you know, how it is, or, you know, just kind of their point of view, you know, maybe get in to figure out how to get in some affiliate programs and this and that, and to just try to find my own little niche in this whole big old crafty world where I fit in. So it was cool to, you know, go meet the actual companies that I know I would not get a chance to because they don't come this far. So yeah, so I got a chance to become an affiliate with Simon Says. I'm going to be looking forward to that. Excited about that. I also got in with an affiliate with one other company too, and I'll talk about it in just a second. So I picked up this lovely set from Pink Fresh, and so this one was really cool. This one's called Keepsake of the Heart, and so as you see, it makes some really cool vases there. I got the whole thing. I got the stencils and the die to be able, you know, to do and cut, and so there's that. I picked up, Jennifer McGuire had did a video while I was there playing with this set, the stitch ovals, and I don't have any stitch ovals in my stash, I have to admit. So this was really cool to see this there and get it on sale. And then here are the stamps that go along with that, a really cute set that says you are treasured. Then it says you are the perfect mix of kindness and grace. And so there's that. I'll hold it up just so you can kind of get a little bit of what it says if you want to capture the screen there. That was a lovely set. And then I saw this cover plate here. I was trying to think if I had this one, thinking in my stash, and no, I don't. As you know, they make some really cool trellises, cover plates of just all kind of things. And this one is just simply trellis. This will go well with Christina Warner's frames. I have been loving that frame set that she came out with and just playing with that. So really fun. Next, I did pick up, which these come in handy to just put on there as when you want to weigh something down when gluing and things like that. So I picked up one of these acrylic blocks while I was there. And then, of course, I picked up some more of these really pretty gems. I don't have this color, and so yeah, teal is one of my favorite colors, so I just thought that was really pretty. Next, going back to some more Simon Says, I picked up this one. This one is going to come in really cool for, again, a card that I have in mind for the 4th of July that I'm going to be making. This one is Let's Celebrate 4th of July. Happy New Year, your birthday, happy Independence Day. You're invited to celebrate with us. So this was going to be really fun and really cool to play with. And then, of course, the matching die set. There's that. Next, if anybody knows, I don't play music at all, but I love music. My husband plays music. As I said before, he plays the guitar. And so hearing him, of course, so music enthusiast, so anything I get to pick up, and I've been known to put music, a note or something in a card just because. So yeah, so I saw this set and thought I'd pick it up. This one is a happy birthday to you. You are the song in my heart. So it's kind of Valentine's themed, but kind of not. It can be used just about really for every day. So there you go. And it's got some everyday, like, you know, sentiments. So I'll hold it up on the screen there. You want to capture it, you know, look at it. There's that. And then, of course, the matching stencil. Matching dies. Next, of course, going by my friends over there at Hero Arts and Spellbinders. This little guy here. Now, if anybody's been following the trends or anything, Trader Joe's, these little bags have been selling out. I guess because they're in all different colors. No rhyme, no reason or anything. But that was not the reason why I got it. I just like the way the little die set is. So I did pick up one of these. So, yeah. Waiting on my order to come in. So, and actually, no, I'm not, because I picked it up when I went over to my local scrapbook store here. It's all about the scrapbook, and got the set there. So I have the set, but I knew I wanted this one because I just knew for some reason this one's going to be popular. So I did pick up another one. Then I picked up another little leaf here. This one is Rose Branch. Hey, I told you I picked up flowers and leaves. So yeah. Then I saw this. Okay. So, as you know, Gina K was there. Not her per se. She couldn't be there because her daughter was having her bachelorette party, so she had to go to that, and she's getting married here in the next few weeks. But anyway, Mindy Egan was there, and oh my God, it was cool to meet Mindy. If you haven't been, stay tuned. She's got more coming up on her cool car set that we all got to play with a few months back by Spellbinders. There's some more coming down, so just stay tuned for that. But anyway, it was really cool to sit down and do make and take with her. My card that I did with her, it's so much stuff on here. It's very, oh, here it is. Okay, so the card I did with Mindy that she demonstrated while we were sitting there was this one. So, as you know, true Gina K fashion, you know how this one is, just, yeah, with the splatter, her signature black around and stuff, and it was just really fun. So, of course, I picked this set up. So, I don't remember having this one in my stash, and I've been eyeing it for a little bit, but this one is called the Magnificent Magnolias, and I just thought this was a really pretty set, as you can see from the card, and then this lovely little sweet sentiment, and just love the colors. And of course, I didn't have the spruce. I didn't have any of those in my ink because I have Gina K inks too, so I picked up those inks as well. But the stencil was just so pretty, so I picked that up. Then I also picked up a few more stencil. This one is the the whimsical primrose. I think that's really pretty, and that's just gonna work up nice to be just for a card for anything. And then I picked up this also one. I thought this one was pretty, the Divine Rose. So stamp and die set. So there's that. So that was really all I think I did pick up from her, was just that stuff there, because I have other Gina K stuff. I like Gina K more for her inks. Periodically I'll buy her monthly kit clubs, but it has to really kind of catch my eye there to do it. And of course, loving when she has sales, but I was hoping to meet Gina, but totally understood why she couldn't be there. So hopefully I'll get to see her at another event I'm going to, which I get a chance to go with my youngest daughter and my cousin. We're going over to Scrapbook and Cards is having their in-person event in Ontario. So Not really looking forward to paying that expensive price ticket for a plane ticket, but hey, I think it'll be fun. We are all really looking forward to it. Anyway, back to just a little bit more of the shopping that I did. So what I also picked up too was, because again, I didn't have this one, and I'm kind of glad I was looking at this, and I'm kind of glad I totally forgot. Jennifer McGuire, and I forget the lovely name, the lovely lady that created this set, made some really cool fun cards the other day on her live, and she was playing with this set here, and I think this one is really fun. It's the it was Carly T, and so this one is the penny candy jar, and so I have been eyeing this one. I think this is going to be fun to play with, and so yeah, so I did pick that up. Some other things from Simon Says, which they just had stuff all over. I got this pretty stencil set here. I picked up this rose, this pretty like stencil and die set here. This flower. I took pictures of just some beautiful cards that they had. Again, you know, just some of the, you know, whimsical sayings like this one: be patient, you know, with yourself, don't give up, remember to, good things take time, everything will be okay, God is working out his plan, your hard work will pay off. This one, I just love the sentiments. I fell in love with that one, so I got that one. This one is the boho circle. As you see, and it makes a really pretty medallion, if you can kind of see that. It's kind of hard to do. I picked up this lovely die set. This was in a really pretty card that they had on display, that how they used this for a background, and it was really pretty. I was like, okay. And then of course, you never can have enough windows, so I thought this one was cool too. There's that. So that was just some of the things that I thought I would share with you. I am not going to sit here and go through this because this video will become even longer, but I will show the other remaining little pretty cards that I made there. So I got a chance to do this one. JC with the Altenew, JC Gaspar was there. Really nice. He's really quiet. And I didn't really, I don't know, I wasn't starstruck. I just didn't have enough, but it was just so cool to be sitting there and him demonstrating, you know, how to make the card and help me out and everything. And so I just thought this is really pretty. So yeah, using some different colors that I normally don't use. I like yellow, but I don't gravitate towards yellow that much. So there's that one. Another card I made. This one was with Spellbinders. This is that new one that they came out with that I don't think I have. Which one is the tulip? I think that's what this one is, or it's a flower one, and I apologize, but this was really fun, a really nice, like, simple card to just make with, you know, doing foiling and everything. So I love how this one, it says endless grateful for you, endlessly grateful for you. There's that card. And then with Pink Fresh, they came out with this. This was the set, and I put this whole thing, oh no, it's top folding. I thought I put it on backwards. The La Petite, it was not this month's set, but the previous month's set. So they had this one and a whole bunch there. I already have like a city building kind of a stamp thing. I have the one that Yana came out with, and I just bought the addition to that. So I didn't really bother getting this one. It was a cool set to play with. This, of course, this was an extra one to cut out that I could do or make a card with. So you have been waiting to know if it was worth it or not. Now, for me, in a good way, I'm going to say yes. Would I go back? I have to admit, I have to question that. If some girlfriends really want to go, twist my arm, go. And by all means, go. If you have the means and want to go, go. I think you'll enjoy it, at least for the experience for the one time. But if I had to compare it to something, I would say, to be honest, it was, to me, it felt more of like an elite scrapbook expo, where, you know, it was the companies there, and again, it was just the make and the takes. My lot of pros, my few little cons with this was I didn't see anywhere, like if you met friends and if you wanted to sit down, you know, after you bought your goodies, like, you know, this kind of stuff here, and if you just wanted to sit down and play, they didn't really have necessarily a dedicated space, you know, where you could go with your friends if you want to just sit down for a little bit, that, you know, maybe a room that somebody is monitoring, where you could do that. I mean, not everybody wanted to go back to the room, you know, scrapbook or this or that, or have, you know, others in their room. What about if you just wanted to go into a little conference room area and just go off and just, you know, kind of do that? They didn't really have an area, and if they did, I didn't see it. Lunch, if it was provided, it might have been in one little place. It kind of didn't really say, so that was a little confusing there. So there was mine. But the cost of me going, first of all, what I paid to go for the event was $649.49. That's what I paid for the 3-day event. For that, I just would have liked to saw a little bit more, as you just heard me say. So hopefully, you know, and I did give my, you know, thing to, I would have liked to have seen a little bit more class time. The make and takes, yes, they're cool, because again, you get to meet people that don't normally go anywhere, or that you just see, you know, on when you're looking at a YouTube video or live or something. Or if you happen to be in those states, because we know states further back south versus California have more stuff than we do sometimes here. So yeah, that was just my one little, you know, my little thing like that. So I would have liked to have saw a little bit more, but for what you get, it was still, to me, worth it. I got, you know, what I got out of it. And I think everybody's going to get something different out of something else. So there's my opinion on that. If you have the means, go. If this is something you do on, you know, once a year, twice a year, go. By all means, go. I am not one to say, because at the end of the day, this is what we all like doing. We enjoy this because we enjoy it. It's our getaway from the real world. So yes, go. I encourage you. So that long awaited, there you go. That was my little 2 cents on this. You know, and again, I had fun. And yes, I became an affiliate with Gina K, as well as I also became an affiliate with Simon Says. So I hope to work with them, you know, on some future projects. I'm not sure yet, but I am looking forward to it. And there you go. I did get a chance to talk with I didn't get to meet Carissa Wiley because she was helping somebody else, but I got to meet Jody, which she's one of the managers there at Pink Fresh. So hopefully, you know, maybe something will come out of that. I don't know. And yeah, just really fun. And got to meet some other, you know, ones. Got to meet Heidi, of course, really nice, just very sweet lady. And some other really nice designers, and kind of got to, you know, meet. I met a few other ladies from California. So yeah, so overall, it was really fun. So there you go. So on that note, I am going to get out of here, and I will catch you in another video.